Hi everyone, it's Killshot 999 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead, the ones who live live recap and reaction. It's great to be with you guys tonight. What is going on? Everybody having a great Sunday night, I hope. Last week, I was not on the good list for everybody because I did not give Oscars and Emmys and awards away for all the acting and everything, but hopefully you guys have had a week to forgive me because we're coming back strong tonight. So I want to give a big super chat shout out to Valar, Hello 999 Kills, Great Mods, channel members, PDL, Trivia, Walking Dead Watchers. Before we get into tonight's episode, I do want to let you guys know PlayDeadLive.com is live. You guys can sign up, set up an account. We're going to be doing some cool stuff, fishing, auction, trivia contest, Walking Dead giveaways. We're back. We're back, and we're doing everything that we do. You'll probably see me doing some comic book reads, talking about The Walking Dead, and, of course, doing our own gaming. Whatever we want to do, that's how we do it. Ocean Man in the house, 999 Gaming. If you are not gaming with us, you ain't doing it right. I'll talk a little bit more about Play Dead Live toward the end of tonight's stream. But I do have to do this. Tonight, we're going to start out just completely out of the blue here. Give me your score for tonight's episode. Write it down. I don't want to see it yet. I'm still processing I got it. I got my score tonight. All right, let's see what you guys think. Don't be shy. Who's going to get those numbers? Elizabeth says 8.75. Julia, 9.5. Busy B with a 9.0. First half, 7. Second half, a 9. Bones, 9.6. LF with an 8, 9.75. Maggie B. Diana, 8.9. Geraldine says 10. Ocean Man with a 9.5. Northside, 9.5. I'm liking the scoring here, 9.5. Deadly Diane's 9.7. Cookie with a 10. Edith Murphy a 10. All right. I know you guys, Kel says 8.0. I know you guys are waiting for it. Last week, I did not help the scoring. I know that. Let me say this. Tonight is what a Walking Dead episode, it is what a Walking Dead episode is supposed to be. Westwood Chronic says Jada's haircut made it an 8. I'm going to give it a 9.8. 9.8 tonight. I'm going nuts. I'm going to tell you why. It had the elements. It was better than last week. You guys were trying to coerce me into making last week the greatest Walking Dead show ever. Tonight was the best episode of the season for several different reasons. It had storyline. It had less of the sappiness from last week. It gave you just enough carryover, but it also gave you the foreshadowing to know something was going to go down. And I know when you guys saw the hood, some people were thinking, is that Jadis? Is that Father G? Where does he tie in? How many of y'all thought Father G was a goner? He was going to die. He didn't. So it sets up a really good story, and it also sets them up for a battle with the CRM. I mean, have you guys not been wondering, like, how is Rick? Come on, Rick ain't going to take over the CRM. You infiltrate them, and you take them down from the inside. And LF, right? How many people were excited that Father G was in tonight's episode? I was. First thing I was like, yeah, he's back. So it felt like old Walking Dead to me. Now, I'm going to do something a little different, okay? Because last week, again, I was not on the good list, and I was asking you guys a lot of questions. I'm just going to see how many agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. You could say, no, you're crazy. How many agree that tonight's episode was the best episode of the season? I just want to see. I want to see what type of audience I'm working with. I'm going to see how volatile. Let's see how volatile the group is tonight. I figure at least half. At least half is probably going to say it. I'm not gonna fight you on that. I'm a toss up. I wouldn't say you're wrong. You said the first one. This one was better for me. It just had a couple things that I needed. It tied up some of the loose ends, which I thought was really cool. This is why I like this one slightly better than the first one. You guys remember when the first one came out, I was up there pretty high too. But this one just sort of passed it for me. I like the M necklace, right? I like the fact that karma in The Walking Dead is it's always interesting to see how they do it. So what I loved about tonight was the fact that they let the hillbillies go, and you thought it was going to come back to haunt them, and it didn't because they all died. So that, to me, made it really, really good. And the other thing, okay, I like the fact that Rick and Michonne are in control. There was no doubt. Okay, let me ask you guys this question, okay? Did you feel at any point tonight that Rick and Michonne were going to be steamrolled by Jadis or them hillbillies? Did you feel like they were going to be at a disadvantage? Because I didn't. I was like, come on. Y'all better know better. But it wasn't like whimpering Rick down on his knees. Negan's going to beat him down, begging for car. This was Rick and Michonne in charge. So when she says that they can go in and take down the CRM, I feel comfortable about it. I feel like they got a shot. I mean, there's only two of them. But I don't know. I feel like two of them. Jadis kept saying it. The two of you can do anything together. And I'm starting to believe it. I'm starting to believe what she's saying. I'm starting to believe that they can do it. When this season started, I didn't believe it could be done. I saw all the things the CRM had done. I see all these powerful people. And now I feel like it is Rick freaking Grimes' show again. You guys agree with that? Don't you think The Walking Dead has been beat down and has been weakened, and now you see he is the brave man? They're showing you that Rick is back. They are building it up. We have weakened The Walking Dead for so long. We have crippled The Walking Dead for so long. And now we got Rick Grimes back doing Rick Grimes things. That's why this episode to me was the best. I like the Jadis going back. I like the timeline was easy to understand. 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. It made sense. It wasn't like Fear the Walking Dead when it's, oh my God, it's black and white. They're in the past. Madison dead. She alive. What's, so confusing. They simplified it. Matthew Negretti, great job. Great job in executive producing The Walking Dead. This season has what we need. It has all the elements. I mean, it just seemed like they needed some Johnny Walker, right? I mean, yeah, it's like, where do you find that? They got their own little cabin. They got this neat, this place has not been rummaged or ransacked. They got this neat little cabin and necklaces and license plates and Johnny Walker and everything. So it was just going well. And in The Walking Dead, when things go well to a certain degree, something bad is going to happen. But I just felt like Jadis was at a disadvantage. She walked in, and it's like, okay, we'll tie ourselves up, but you still ain't going to beat us because I'm Rick and you're Jadis. That's why you ain't going to do it. All right. Wow, a different energy level tonight than last week. Last week drained me. The indecisiveness, the what is Rick going to do? Tonight, and I said this last week, all right? Okay, so sometimes I do have to take you backwards before we go forwards. Last week, the one thing that I said was, I need Rick to not be suffering from PTSD for the rest of the season. And I'm going to tell you what, from the very moment they were driving in the car, you knew Rick was aligned. Rick was back. No regret. Looking at that picture of Carl, he's getting his Rick Grimes persona back, and there was no doubt. Well, the only doubt is when he goes back, he's going back to finish the job. Chairlin, Rick was super smooth, though. Rick was. I'm not saying that he wasn't. What I'm saying is last week, I'll say it again, it was a good episode. Tonight was a great episode. Tonight satisfied all of the audience, not just a percentage of the audience that wanted love story. This week satisfied everybody. If you watch tonight's episode and you're Rotten Tomatoes, you better be scoring this thing high. There's no doubt that it had what Walking Dead needed. Old school Walking Dead, a future storyline, karma. And I'm going to tell you why. Let me ask you this question, okay? Here's where I'm going to prove it to everybody. Give me a 999. I'm going kill shot, master psychologist. I'm going to get into the minds of all of my viewers right now. Give me a 999. I'm ready to do this. All right, so because I know the emotional roller coaster. I know what you guys felt tonight. How many people? That's right. And they were tasteful nudes. Westwood. You can have tasteful noodles, call them tasteful nudes. That's what you want to name them. All right, so show of hands. How many of y'all wanted Jadis dead in the first 15 minutes of tonight's episode? Couldn't stand her. What is she doing there? She's got to die. Get away from Rick and Michonne. You were ready to just get rid of her, right? I know. I'm right there with you. All right. Now I need the honesty here. Now, how many people, when Rick was sitting down talking to her, actually started to have a little bit of sympathy for Jadis, who did not kill them? She sacrificed herself. She stood there. How many were starting to feel like, wait a minute. See, to me, that's how you know that The Walking Dead their writing is good. You didn't have to have a lot of sympathy for her because we didn't get that far along. They didn't want you to forgive her and to love her. What they wanted to do was they wanted to paint her as the villain and then highlight a couple of her good characteristics toward the end so you just started to understand. You didn't have to like her. You had to understand. And to me, that is excellent writing. They told the story. Rick kept calling her Anne. And toward the end, you heard Rick say that, where he was talking about that she kept him alive for a reason. And to me, what Rick was saying, okay, look, she's dying. He could have stood up and been like, ha, ha, look what happened to you. You got bit, nah. No. What Rick wanted to do, Rick didn't stand up and say, off with your head, right? Rick showed compassion. He showed that he can be ruthless when he wants to, but he allowed her to die with dignity and to make her think that she provided purpose for Rick and Michonne. Let me let that sink in again for a minute. This is what's real to me about good writing for The Walking Dead. He allowed her to feel good about who she was, knowing she was going to die. That, hey, you did the right thing, and we got it. Now, let me also ask you this. Why did Jadis tell them where the information was? She didn't have to. She could have just died. So that as well shows that there is an element of regret with Jadis. And that's what made us accept her, but not forgive her. We didn't need to forgive her. All we had to do was say, she's okay. All right? You're dead, but it's okay. Don't have to hate you. I thought it was amazing. I thought the way they connected the story, the way they pulled the information out of Jadis, and the way that we're moving forward, I think The Walking Dead is in a good place. That's my opinion. We showed the love scenes today to show that Rick is back. We showed Rick and Michonne's ability as a team. We saw the humor. She took the noodles back, right? And then he's like, I'm still a little surprised you took the noodles back. We saw the pursuit, and we saw a hell of a car chase. I mean, how many of y'all were thinking Dukes of Hazzard? Come on, let me know. Let me know if you were thinking Dukes of Hazzard when you saw them down that dirt road chasing each other. I'm like, man, is Roscoe P. Coltrane coming out of here? This is like, get Roscoe, or whatever, and do something like that. Crazy Cooter coming at you. Boss Hog, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, all that stuff. But it was like, Enos, there you go. Enos, somebody else. Ernest T. So we saw a great car chase. I mean, there was nothing really not to like tonight. All right, I'm going to ask you. I've covered a lot of it. I'm fired up. I'm having fun with this. So leave in chat right now. I want to know your moment, your favorite moment from tonight's episode. We've covered a lot of them, but I want to call on a few people and see what you guys think about it. Marriage proposal. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all just gonna bring me back to the sappiness, right? I get it. It's like the ring. It was so cute. It melted me. You know what? I do like that. Maggie B, I love that. Jade is saying she would have liked to die as an artist. Cookie says the car chase. LF says we're gonna soften. You might. It'll happen eventually. The red revolver. You think, Westwood, you think there'll be a spinoff, following that weapon through like we did before? That was a little much with old Walking Dead. Like, how many hands has that weapon been in? Ocean Man, he finally proposed. Jada shouldn't have sold out. Picture of Glenn. Yeah, I think so. Call back to the red machete. Good. Good catch. Good catch, everybody. Yes, poor Father G, but it was refreshing to see someone from the old franchise back in. Where's Aaron? I need Aaron next. Y'all think how do y'all think Rick and Aaron are going to shake hands? Like a high five. I mean, it might be a little overkill that they took both their arms off. I mean, they didn't have to write that in. I think it's going to be a hug. Fist bump. All right, we got dimes. Kills. Do you think they'll be able to effectively wrap it up in the last episode? Do you think we'll see at least one more? What? Are are you guys high? What what is this? I saw this earlier. What is this nonsense? Do we think there'll be another season? Of course there'll be another season. Huh? Why why would there not? This isn't wrapping up. Come on. You guys really think this is wrapping up in a week? No. There's zero doubt. Look, I wouldn't be streaming with this much optimism if next week was the end of The Walking Dead. You ain't just getting a season 2. You're going to get a season 3 and a season 4. This is not anywhere close. All right, bold prediction right now. Kill says 4 seasons. Not 2. Not 3. 4. We're back. We're back, y'all. There's no doubt. Yeah, I saw that when I was getting ready to stream. I was like, what are they talking about? 2 seasons. This is The Walking Dead. This is the new Walking Dead, Westwood. Look, we have shown them. We have shown them we're here. The fans have spoken, and they know. They know that they're going to deliver for us. Fan base is coming back. I mean, hell. Y'all tell them the 99 Army is back. And we got more and more people finding us again every single week. People are messaging. This dude was here a couple weeks ago, and he goes, what happened? What happened? There used to be like 1,000 people in your live stream. It's like, dude, we haven't talked about The Walking Dead in 4 freaking years. Of course they're going to find us. You know why? Because our group is awesome. And our people like to come here and talk and hang out and predict and not just read spoilers. So, of course, our 99 Army's back. The Walking Dead is back. And if the fan base is growing again, then they will keep producing. But in all seriousness, though, no, there's just a lot of story with what's going to go on with Daryl, what's going to go on with Carol, what's going to go on with Aaron, where's Father G, what's going on with Rick and Michonne. Man, we hadn't even been to Portland yet. Omaha might be gone, but there's something going on out in Portland still. And some of these people are just going to be spinoff groups. So here's what I have to say. All right. All right. So I got to ask you guys again. And you're not going to like this one, but I'm going to do it. Give me a 999 if you guys are ready for Killshot's bold prediction. Bold prediction is coming. And you guys are not going to love this one. But I got to do it. There's only one way I know how to do this, and that's completely honest. Because I understand the ebbs and flows of the Walking Dead show. This is why we're good at this, okay? All right. This one's tough. Rick and Michonne have gotten way too powerful in a short period of time. The CRM is going to take them down a peg next week. They're not going to leave us on a super high note. No, it's not. One of them is not going to die. No, it's not that extreme. But I'm going to tell you, I've seen this and I know. Beal does not trust Rick. And there's somebody higher than Beal. But Beal already knows he's going to be on to Rick. And there's this hubris. There's this part where this is what the writers are doing to us. I'm going to tell you. Do you guys see how hyped I was during the stream? How excited we were about Rick Grimes being a badass Rick Grimes? Well, they want us to feel that. The writers are pushing us to feel like Rick and Michonne are invincible again. They're not. They still can be weakened. They still can get in over their head. The CRM has a lot of resources. The shoe will drop. What is Rick Grimes' weakness? Leave it in chat right now. He just proposed. Look, he just proposed. What is his weakness? Stick shift is his weakness. Yes, yes. Oh, comment of the night. That was good. That was good. But second to that is Michonne. See, here's the thing, right? Okay. A few weeks ago, Rick didn't have a weakness. So while all y'all were cheering for this lovey-dovey stuff, oh, it's so great, so great, I'm in the background saying, no, it's not. Right now, Rick is invincible. But he's going to start to soften up a little bit because now it's right in his line of sight. Now, he will give up, give in, sacrifice for Michonne because she's right there. He'll do anything to protect Michonne. So that's a problem. Bill might get wind of what's going on. All right. Now, I'm going to give you guys one more bold prediction. I got to ask for it one more time because this one you're not expecting, okay? I just gave you that's going to happen. 999s, I'm going to tell you right now how we're going to leave this season and why I know there's going to be a season 2. Because Jadis information will be discovered by Beal next week. And that will be where we know that Alexandria is in trouble and the clock keeps on ticking for Rick and Michonne They're going to get found out toward the very end. So we're going to think that they're safe. We're going to think that they're good to go. And they're going to be found out. And when they get found out, that's where the leverage kicks in. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. Come on. I'm just the one with the microphone. Y'all can see this coming a mile away. And I could see next week's episode ending like this. They find out, and Rick and Michonne doing some things, and at the end of the episode, we see them dispatching the choppers, and Bill saying, target Alexandria. And then it glows to black. And then we're like, no, you're not going to do that to us. You're not going to send that after Judith and RJ. I'm sorry. I have to do it. I mean, you guys know. I'm like in their mind. So they have to target Alexandria because what are they going to do? I mean, let's be realistic here. If you were writing this story, what's the next phase? You think they're just going to walk around Pennsylvania and just be in the barracks? No. We got to have action. We demanded action. So action means that this whole story has told you it's about Alexandria. Everything about these 5 episodes have been, we saw Father G. We know Alexandria's still there. We know Jadis was trying to protect them. We know that there's this hidden message. We know that it's so important Rick wants to go back. They wouldn't be doing all this stuff if they weren't going to include Alexandria. So let's not assume it's just going to be, I mean, come on. Y'all think that Rick and Michonne are going to pass Father G on the way to Pennsylvania? And they're going to get married, live happily ever after? No. The Walking Dead is about desperation and sacrifice and victory and karma, and we have seen too much good. We've had life too good these last 5 weeks. It's about to get bad. So, we got to feel something. And y'all know, if y'all see a chopper, what would make it even better? If I wrote it, I'd write it like this. I'd really get you guys. What I would do is, here would be a perfect ending, okay? So we got Rick and Michonne, trying to sabotage some stuff. Bill says, target Alexandria. And then Michonne turns on the radio and finally gets reception, and we hear Judith's voice. Mom? And then the camera pans to Michonne, and she has the look of horror on her face. Like what is going to happen? And I'll tell you why. Because Michonne lost a year of her life because of CRM. She was stuck in quarantine for a year. Slowed them down a year. So she knows what their capabilities are. Whew. That's pretty intense, right? All right, so I don't think there's a lot of negative process, but I am going to ask, any parts of tonight's episode that you did not enjoy? Was there something that you thought didn't make sense or they could have done better? I think they did everything phenomenally. And I think, the more we talk about it, process it, you really get down into, there were a lot of little subplots. I thought they did the love scenes well. I thought they, I was talking about Dukes of Hazzard earlier, but the Jadis shooting at them and them chasing Jadis gave me a Walking Dead flashback. It's not exactly apples to apples, but it did remind me of Daryl and Rick chasing Jesus. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought about that. When they were in the truck and they were trying to chase him down. It just, to me, felt like very lighthearted, and eventually they're going to catch her, right? Even though it was a serious chase, it just sort of felt like it was just inevitable. It was inevitable that she was going to get caught and something was going to go down. I never felt like at any moment that Jadis was going to win. I felt like it was just destined to end a certain way. Now, let me say this. I didn't think Jadis was going to die. So that, to me, was enough shock that, well, that was surprising. Like, I'm not saying I didn't think it could happen. I just didn't think that's what tonight's episode was about. So, good for them. I think they did a great job writing it in. It wasn't so predictable. Even at the very end, when they got double-crossed, and I did like the double-crosser. Michonne kind of dipped out. She came back like, I got you. Yeah, Maggie, I agree that it did have to happen. It's just, I guess I was so immersed into the characters and how everything was happening. I wasn't thinking like, hey, tonight's got to be a major death. And I thought the acting was really good. Like tonight, I really thought, I don't know, something like really simple. I'm not trying to gross you guys out or anything, but wasn't it just kind of cool to see Michonne driving and Rick swigging this zip drink and then burping? Did that not like show you like, oh, they got comfortable fast? It wasn't like, oh, excuse me. He's just like, 1 foot back, got a zip drink, just, as that to me, tonight was good acting. Because I just felt like they had good fighting chemistry. I don't know. I just noticed little weird things like that. Like tonight I thought was the best chemistry between the two of them. That's why tonight was my favorite. And he said, she's like, toothpaste, whiskey. What are you up to, Rick? And he's like, I'm just working with what I got. Very, very smooth dialogue tonight. I tell you guys, and last week I got messages. Now, I'm going to be honest. If you guys would have messaged me this week with all the stuff I got last week, I would agree with you wholeheartedly. Like last week, it was like, oh my God, it's so good, it's so good. They need awards. And I was like, yeah, you guys raised the bar. I'm just going to tell you, if you guys would have raised the bar tonight, I would agree with you 100%. Tonight just had it all. But last week was good. All right. I need one more thing. I need your bold prediction for The Walking Dead next week. I gave you mine. Put in chat right now. Give me your bold prediction. And while you guys are doing it, I'm going to read a few. I'm going to wrap up in about 5 minutes. So here's the thing. I told you guys last week we have been working for 3 years on a website, a portal, something that we can use to bring Walking Dead fans, gamers, Play Dead Live fans, everybody together for what we do. Online, it's got the ability to set up an account. It's got a little fishing game that you can play. It's got an auction house, and you can use it for other games as well. So really, really cool thing. We also do trivia contest. We do freestyle streams, all of those things. So what we're going to ask, there's no commitment to do anything. Sign up, set up an account on playdeadlive.com. And that way, if you need to communicate with us, we're going to put a calendar up there. We're going to let you know our streams, whether that's Play Dead Live events, whether it's trivia events. We're going to do giveaways. How many people remember when we did gaming and we did Freestyle Fridays and we would have contests and we would give away Apple cards, Visa cards, and gift cards? We did live contests, right? And you guys would win, and then I would message you and I'd send you a code, and you're like, oh, cool, this is like $50. This is a $25 Apple card. Like, we gave those things away like they were candy. So we're going to do those giveaways. We're going to do those contests, but we are going to ask for something in return, and that is that you set up an account on playdeadlive.com. We put a lot of time, a lot of energy into it, and then if we need to send out information, let me say this. You're not putting in any personal information. The only thing you're putting in our site is a email address. If you want to create a fake one, as long as you can get email, do that. We don't want your birth date or your real name or any of that crap. We just want you a place where you can go in and find our information, because I had to cancel a stream a couple of weeks ago, and I had no way to tell all of our YouTube subscribers, like, we're canceling a stream. So people are literally messaging me like, what happened? Why didn't you guys set it up? Why didn't you guys do that? So now we've got something, and it's a way for us to kind of give a little bit back, and we plan on building new games, new contests, and hang out with us. We might pull you in a messenger chat and have 50 of us fishing and just be trash talking each other while we're playing a fishing game. That's the kind of stuff that we do. We just have a good time. Very, very cool group. All right, so we got a couple bold predictions here. Maggie B, Alexandria will be destroyed. Ouch. Animal, Rick and Michonne, crush the CRM. Nope, not going to happen that fast, Animal. Disagree. Westwood Chronic, Michonne and the South African girl fight, and Michonne is defeated. Very possible. Bill will get the okie dokie on Rick. Maybe. Little bit of a little bit of trickeration there. Northside, I have a feeling the group has moved. Well, maybe they are not in Alexandria anymore. Maybe they've found a safer place. Possible. Reach Alexandria and form a plan to integrate. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Michonne is pregnant again. No. In a day? I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to take me down that path. I'm not going to do it. If she is pregnant, it's that dude she was with for a year. What was that? What was that guy's name? I mean, they were held up for a year. Nat. With no G. Yeah, that's what they're gonna name him. If Michonne and Nat have a baby, they'll name him Nat with the G. You got RJ, and you got, yeah. All right. You know, on that good note, I think we can stop right there. All right, everybody. We're 45 minutes into the stream. I want to thank you guys. So, if you guys, I'll tell you what. Let's see how many of you guys go in and register for an account on playdeadlive.com. If we get good registration turnout, we will do a bonus stream Thursday night. I got a group of people I'm going to be hanging out with doing crafting on our portal, but I will do a Thursday 9 o'clock stream if we can get our Walking Dead fans. We built that portal for you guys too, so I want to see you guys there, and we'll put the announcement up there and hang out. Thanks, everybody. Hey, final scores, everybody. Leave it one more time. If we changed your mind, if you started out at a 7, an 8, 8.5, whatever the case may be, put your final score for tonight's episode in the chat right now. I want to see if anybody raised it. Animal 10. Jesus with a 9. All right, I'm seeing some better scores here now. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like almost everybody bumped it up just a little bit more. You know what? Heck, I think I'll take mine from a 9.8. I think I might raise mine to a 9.9. Actually, you know what? There you go. My score is going to be 9.99. So close. Hey, thanks, everybody. All right, looking forward to seeing all of you guys Thursday night, and we will have announcements up on our brand new portal. So thanks again. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you for more stuff, more Walking Dead. We're loving it. Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you soon. Peace.